Once you enter the life of owning a GoPro, one of the first things you notice is how expensive the accessories are. And anytime you realize something expensive, you automatically go and look for an alternative. And a lot of times when you're trying to find a cheaper alternative, you usually get cheaper results. So is buying aftermarket GoPro accessories smarter than buying the actual GoPro accessories? Long story short, I see no reason why you should ever buy GoPro accessories most of the time, and I'll get to that later. This right here is an entire case of GoPro accessories. And this right here is a gooseneck made by GoPro. These are the same price. So when you buy something that's cheaper, first thing you have to ask yourself is, why is this cheaper? I must be getting something that's lower quality than what I'm supposed to be getting by paying full price. And I'll be the first to admit there is a difference between buying aftermarket GoPro accessories versus the real ones. The real ones have a lot better fit and finish, and they look better and they look more refined, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's better. The only thing we really need a GoPro accessory to do is to work. As long as it's just as functional as the actual device, then I see no reason why I should pay 4, 5, 6, sometimes even 10 times the price of another device just because it looks slightly better. For example, if we look at these two head mounts, one is the GoPro head mount and one is the aftermarket head mount. It's not much difference between the two. Now if you look much closer, then you might be able to see little imperfections in the molding or whatever, but they're made out of pretty much the exact same plastic. They're both just as hard. Everything is made the same way. The band's stretched the same way on both parts. So it's really not much difference between these two. But once again, this GoPro headband costs more than this entire accessory kit. Is it perfect? No, there's a lot of little imperfections on the aftermarket one that are not found on the GoPro one. But when you're using it and it's actually on your head, do they perform any different? No. The same goes for these little clip things that the GoPro goes on. The GoPro one is very nicely made and very machined and has this little rubber gasket that goes in between the clips to stop them from opening accidentally and stuff like that. So it's a pretty nice clip, but the aftermarket clip is made out of the same plastic and it clips just as nicely as the GoPro one. And as a matter of fact, the GoPro one actually broke on me before the aftermarket one did. So it's not like the GoPro parts are vastly more superior than the aftermarket parts. They can break just like any other part can. So for the mass majority of GoPro accessories, I definitely recommend finding cheap alternatives. Make sure to check the description box down below and I'll link 3 kits that I recommend of various sizes that should cover most of your GoPro accessories. Now I would say on the more expensive GoPro parts is where you usually see the biggest difference between the quality of both. If you look at the GoPro chest mount and the aftermarket chest mount, then there's a clear difference between which one is real and which one is the knockoff. The GoPro chest mount is a lot more comfortable to wear because it's padded and it has a nice breathable material on the back. And it does come apart like this for easy access, so you can take it on and off without having to adjust it over and over again. But I think I paid $40 for this versus this one that came in the kit. Now it's not as nice as the GoPro one and it doesn't have the pad and stuff on the back, but it does come apart just like the GoPro one does and it gets the job done. So functionality wise it's just as good, but you'll sacrifice a little comfort in exchange. But you're also paying about 5 times more money for that comfort. So you'll have to make the choice on which one is right for you. Now the only accessory I completely do not recommend you using over the official GoPro accessory is the suction cup. This is the GoPro suction cup and this is the one that comes in the aftermarket kit. Do not attach your $400 camera to the side of your car with this suction cup and expect it to stay on. Maybe if you're going super slow or you just want to take the chance, you can go ahead and do that, but I can guarantee you that this suction cup will not stand as long as this one. I know GoPro themselves have updated this suction cup a few times and this is the newest suction cup that GoPro has come out with as the time of this recording, and it is very, very secure. Like I have no problem sticking this on the car that's moving at any speed under 200 miles an hour and be afraid that it's gonna come off. This is very secure if you use it properly. This, on the other hand, it's okay probably if you use it for things that are not high stakes, like attaching it to the outside of a car. Like maybe if you want to attach the GoPro to the inside of the car. So like mount the GoPro on the windshield or something like that and have the GoPro facing you while you're talking, while you're driving, or anything like that. Any other normal use you would use a suction cup for, this one probably can handle it just fine. But as far as like attaching to the outside of a car and driving with it, I'm not trusting this one. So if you're gonna be doing stuff like that, definitely go and buy the GoPro suction cup. But if you just need a suction cup for normal uses, then the one that comes in the kit will be just fine. So all in all, after you finish paying $400 for a GoPro, I know you don't want to spend another $400 on accessories for it, because that's about how much it's gonna cost if you got everything in this kit from GoPro. Save your money and go and pick up one of the kits that I linked down below. And if you need anything like the GoPro suction cup mount, or you want the comfort of the chest mount, then go ahead and go buy the GoPro accessory. But for most of the other things like the floaties and all the little mounts and attachments and swivels and all of that, just get it aftermarket. Don't spend all that money on the GoPro accessories. It's not worth it. It's really not worth it. Now remember that all of these parts can break. The GoPro parts can break, the aftermarket parts can break. They're literally made out of the same type of plastic. So don't feel discouraged if someone said their part broke, or if one of your parts break on you or anything like that. Just be happy that you spent a lot less money on a cheaper part that broke than spending tons of money on the GoPro part that broke. If I spend $40 on the GoPro accessory and it breaks on me, then I'm gonna feel a lot worse than if I spent $40 on an entire kit of GoPro accessories and one thing breaks. So all in all, that wraps it up. Go check out the kits that I linked down below, and I will be doing a video that's going to show the perspective of each mount. So if you're interested in a head mount, I'm going to show you what it looks like when it's mounted on your head, on your chest, on the car, and all the other mounts that come in the kit. I'm going to show you the perspective of the GoPro from those mounts. So be sure to subscribe so you can see that notification on that video. As always, I hope this video was helpful. Please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, follow me on Instagram, and I will see you guys next time.